Hi everyone, it is Foul Play here, and I'm back playing some more Modern. So this is going to be my second league with this list. So I was having a bit of trouble against Bant Uro decks or 4-color Uro decks. Just because like their Cryptic Command Lock is really strong. They have lots of reach with Fact or Fiction. And Aether Gust was like excellent tempo. So my response to that was cutting a whole bunch of green cards from the deck, namely Spider Umbra, upping my evasiveness. So Griffspoon's now 4 of, and I've got the 2 Spirit Mantles as well. So 6 evasive cards there, and I guess 2 evasiveness in Rancor as well, but that can get Aether Gusted. And I do plan to board a fair few of those out against Bant and test it out and see how that goes. So I've played one league with this list so far. I went 4-1. I didn't verse any Bant, unfortunately. So we're going to just have to like play the list, see how it does, see how it comes goes up in that matchup against the list. So I've got my usual 20 lands and 12 creatures. I've got my 4-ofs for my Ethereal Armor, my Griffspoon, my Hyena Umbra, my Rancor, and my Daybreak Coronet. I've got 2-offs for Sentinel's Eyes and Spirit Mantle, a 1-off Spirit Link, just because there is still a fair bit of prowess running around online. So I've moved my ley lines out because they're bad against Bant. But I've moved 3 Path into the main deck because obviously that's quite effective against prowess, and I've also moved in a Spirit Link, which is effective against prowess as well. So moving to my sideboard, I've got the 1 Path to Exile completing the playset in the 75. I've got the 3 Rest in Peace. I've gone down from 4 to 3. I mean, 4, I kind of liked having it, but it meant I was missing out numbers on my Seal and Force of Vigor, Seal of Primordium, Force of Vigor. I was only able to have 3 slots there, and I really feel like having 4 there is a little bit more important. 4 ley lines, of course, and 3 Gadok Teague. So going to go ahead and enter a league, get on into it, and get the week started on a positive note, hopefully. So yeah, if you are enjoying the content and you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, help support the channel that way. Like, comment, all of that stuff if you're enjoying it. If you're not, let me know what you're not enjoying. If you want any more detailed information on like my aura choices or whatnot, let me know in the comments, because I'm just like a Bogles only channel. I don't see too much of a point in doing an intensive deck tech every week for those people that just follow me and get the regular updates and things like that. Obviously, if people want to see it, I'm willing to do a more intensive deck tech as well. I did a pretty intensive guide called the Ultimate Guide to Bogles that you can check out if you want to as well. Sort of takes you through deck configurations and choices and things like that as well. So here we are. We're up against Sesk 0237. We won the die roll. Going to be on the play. I'm going to keep this hand. We've got, realistically, an extra creature and land than what we'll need most games, but turn 2 attack for 5, there's nothing wrong with that, is there? So go ahead, throw down our Glade Cover Scout, pass the turn. Overgrown Tomb. Is it a JUND deck? Is it a Shadow deck? Iox, so be leaning closer towards JUND or Rock here. They're probably just going to take the Ethereal Armor, I imagine. They might take Rancor. Oh, they've taken Bogle. Okay, so they've probably got a Liliana in hand then. So I might as well throw down the cards my opponent knows about. Attack for 5. Hopefully we draw a creature or a fetch land for next turn, so we don't get completely blown out by Liliana. Obviously, she's a big issue for the deck. Basic Swamp into Scavenging Ooze. Okay. I think I just forced my opponent to have it. They might miss a land drop or something as well. And we have a 2-turn clock if we throw down these auras. Maybe I'll leave like Griffspoon in hand. Alright, let's leave Griffspoon in hand because it doesn't speed the clock up. We attack our opponent to 6. They can gain 1 life from the Slippery Bogle. Oh, okay. So they're just chump blocking. Sure. So we still have lethal next turn. Obviously, Liliana of the Veil, big issue here. If we are to see that card. They can just miss their land drop and just lose, though. That is an option. Looks like it's just straight green-black. Alright, so we draw Rancor, and we can throw down a Griffspoon as well and attack for lethal. They probably have Assassin's Trophy or Abrupt Decay here, but they can only kill 1 aura with that combination of cards. Ethereal Armor will put them to 1. If they destroy the Ethereal Armor, I lose 5, so I'll be only attacking for 7. Okay. So we get the win, fortunately. I think it was a little bit lucky for us. Against these kinds of decks, I like bringing in, obviously, Leyline, but also Rest in Peace. And I do actually take out my Path to Exiles against JUND decks, because Rest in Peace just does that job and, like, so much more. I also take out Griffspoons as well, because they bring in Plague Engineer, and, well, if it's JUND, Anger of the Gods against this deck, maybe Damnation or Bontus. But yeah, definitely Plague Engineer is something to consider, and you want to have those toughness points so your creatures don't just die. As it stands, my 2-drops are kind of high here. I might just take out 1 Core Spirit Dancer for one of those Griffspoons. I'll leave 2 Griffspoons in. Just lower that curve slightly. Against a lot of decks, you can actually put yourself in a very bad position by having lots of 2 converted mana cost cards in your hand. So we're on the draw against a Thoughtseize deck. They've just mulliganed to 6. We don't have Leyline Protection. We don't have a fetch line for Dryad Arbor. We do have Totem Armor here, double Totem Armor. We have Rest in Peace, which is good against them. I think because we're up a game, we can probably keep this. It's kind of borderline. Like, if they have like double discard or discard Fatal Push, we're just in a lot of trouble. Looks like there's the discard, so they're going to take the Scout. We can always rip land or another creature off top. The problem now is they know that there's a Core Spirit Dancer to play around, but if we hold up, wait until we get 3 mana. Yep, right on time. Old Mr. Leyline is right on time. If we wait until we have 3 mana to cast Core Spirit Dancer, we're pretty good. And with 2 mana, we can cast Rest in Peace anyway, so it's not just dead. So they'll likely like Tarmogoyf, Ren and 6. Alright. So this is actually JUND, so Rest in Peace is better here. Sure. Alright, and we've just missed a land drop, so we're probably screwed this game. I probably am just best off conceding here. Let's see what they do. Cling to Dust. Well, that screams pointlessness to me. Why'd they do that with the green mana? Did they just draw the Blackcleave Cliffs? So maybe they had only access to only two lands that turn. Alright, I'm just gonna concede. We're just drawing 2 and 4 mana spells there. That's not gonna be good enough. Alright, so JUND. Do I want Spirit Mantle more or Griffspoon more here? I might just minus... no, I'll leave it as it is. It's fine. Alright, obviously we can't keep this hand. We can get Dryad Arbor with our fetch land, but then we can't cast any auras except Rancor, and it just dies to any removal spell. It seems super weak to me. Alright, this hand looks very good. I'm going to keep this. And as far as cards to bottom, either Rancor, Daybreak, or Temple Garden here. I think I just have to bottom... I'm going to bottom the Rancor. I don't know. I don't want to land screw myself being on the play. And evasiveness could be very important here. Especially considering we don't have the first strike yet. Even though it's one less point of damage, potentially. Yeah. I think I have to throw the Rancor, unfortunately. Maybe I just throw the Daybreak. I don't know. Alright, obviously a pretty bad draw there. What did my opponent do? Did they keep 7? Where are we here? Okay, so they went to 6. Alright. So it's not too bad that our opponent mulliganed as well, but this ley line is such a dead draw. It's really, really necessary, but it's such a dead draw. Baron Moore. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Modern playable card right here. Who ever thought they would have seen that day? Are they blood mooning us? Alright, well, we might as well just cast the Daybreak Coronet here, make them have it. Unfortunately, we've drawn Leyline and Creature, and that's not really where we want to be. Like, one Assassin's Trophy Abrupt Decay on Griffspoon will eat the Daybreak Coronet as well. We can potentially get the Griffspoon back from the graveyard. But, yeah, we're in a really bad spot here. Plague Engineer? Okay, that's fine. Gonna name Elf, which is good for us because we can get our Liliana protection with this Slippery Bogle here in hand. Alright, I feel a lot safer now having just drawn that. Alright, so we will attack our opponent down to 6. We'll play out this Slippery Bogle from hand and pass the turn to our opponent. From here, yeah, like 2 attacks and we win, or if we rip an aura, we win. So we're gonna rip Horizon Canopy, which cycles into fetch line. Alright, so it's gonna be a 2-turn clock. But obviously, yeah, just did enough to get there. It's interesting that my opponent didn't give the information of them having red mana in the first game, which means that they probably thought they were going to lose and they didn't want us to have that information, because I think they did have fetch lands. And yeah, alright, that's fine though. It's always great to start with a win, start the week with a win, start the league with a win. All of that, very happy to see that. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, be sure to leave a like or a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for daily content and ring that bell for notifications every time a new video goes live. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.